Right now we're at the location of what was once an ancient waterway that the Makah tribe used to travel to and from the Pacific Ocean in their canoes. It extends about a mile past here and connects to the Waiach River, and also extends that way about a quarter mile toward Nia Bay. I will explain more about this waterway in a later video, but for now I want to share my adventure exploring it. Me and my brother came here a couple days ago and did some filming, and he got some awesome footage with his drone, and I paddled down the waterway in my paddleboard. While my brother's flying with the drone, I might grab the paddleboard and just jump in and paddle as far as I can and see what it looks like. Can't believe my paddleboard fit in my car. I haven't actually used the paddleboard that many times. Here we go. Ah! I'm just gonna have to kneel because I don't have enough experience on these. Here we go. We are now traveling down the ancient Makah waterway. Must be frog eggs. Apparently I'm not the only one that has an interest in keeping this waterway open. There's a beaver in here. Look at that. Chewing all this stuff up. Almost impossible to paddle through. See the beavers trimming off some of the stuff in here. Something is sits there. You can see tore out, and maybe the beaver goes there and hangs out. Oh, so quiet. Right now I'm just like imagining what it was like for my ancestors to paddle through here in a canoe. It'd be nice to bring a canoe back in here again, but definitely need to clear out some more area. I'm just glad we don't have snakes and alligators here. Well, at least none that I know of. I'm gonna have to stop and pick the paddleboard up. I wonder if I can stand on this. Whoa! Almost fell. There's a tree in the way. Able to slide under it. Tree line's right there. I don't know how far the river is from here. Beaver does a pretty good job of keeping us clear. Look at that. Okay, what do we got here? It's looking like a dead end. What the hell? We hit a dead end. I'm gonna call my brother. So what do you see?
There's water on the other side of that big clump.
Okay, so I just have to go probably 20 feet max, maybe?
Yeah, well, if you go to the left, you can go around that thing to the left, probably.
Okay, so I'm going to go to the left then, thanks.
From the air, it looks all clear. You know, you see water. You can't tell depth. You can't tell anything. You can see the grass on top, you know, floating, but it looks like it's a clear passage. And then you gave me a call and said, you're having a heck of a time. And, you know, you barely made it to the bend, the first bend up there. And so that's when I knew I was going to have to stick around for a little while, you know, for safety purposes, to make sure, you know, if you fell in or got hurt or something, we'd know where you were at. And
oh my gosh. Oh. I can see ahead, and it looks like it's a lot clearer that way. So if I can find something to stand on over here, not really enough room to paddle out of here, but I can just get forward a little bit and then move the board farther. Got it, yeah. Wow, this is really cool. Look at this. Oh gosh. So it looks like I have a few options here. Can go in the middle, left, or right. Can you take a peek?
Okay, no, I gotta return home. I'm low on batteries. So I'll come back and check you out in a second.
Okay. So it looks like I need to go to the right. The left is a dead end. Good thing I got this map. Thanks, Dave. Herta, if you're watching. Oh. Oh God. Something crawls big. Goes through here. Right here. This is a beaver dam.
Hello?
Can you see a clear path ahead?
Where my drone is?
Yeah.
You have to go. But I was saying that all that grass is all clumpy and stuff there. It's kind of a...
Yeah, you can't even stand up in the... It's like 6 feet deep here more. So you can't even stand up in here. You just sink. Yeah, the paddle goes down as far as you can, and then the grass covers the top. So if you fell in, you couldn't swim or anything. The battery's almost dead, but I'm making progress getting toward the river here. Things finally cleared out. I've come to a spot that's so freaking dense. I can't walk through this. There's no place to step, and I can't get my paddleboard through the weeds. Oh, just have to trudge. Keep trudging, I guess. 10 feet at a time if I have to. I'm actually slightly worried if I'm gonna get out of here before dark. Look at this. Every 20 feet there's an obstruction. And I've got like a quarter mile to go. So at this point, there doesn't appear to be a continuous path out of here. I would completely just ditch my paddleboard, but I'm going to need it when I get to the river. But this is what I'm trying to go through right here. This stuff. And with an 80-pound paddleboard, it's just every 10 feet is just a struggle. So I'm going to continue on now, and I'll check back in later. Closer to the river, this is what it looks like. I gotta shove this board through this crap. Ah, this is nuts.
And then as he's going, he started saying, you know, there's obstacles. It's hard to get through. And then that's when I knew it was trouble. I knew I had to stick around. So I went back to my truck, let my drone hover, and plugged in all my batteries and started charging up all my batteries. Because having a guide and then also keeping an eye and then looking forward, because there were different paths on which way to go. Flew around a little bit more, and I seen where the water kind of came out, and I followed that and said, there's the one that leads to the river.
My brother called and said the river is just right through that brush there, but this creek goes along. It's pretty clear, but it is too muddy to really walk through. I'm going to see if I can just drag that paddleboard behind me and walk through all this crap. I can't believe it. I'm so happy. I finally made it to the river. I can see the Waiach River behind me. Oh, it's really clear here, which is weird because the lower Waiach River is really muddy. So I'm going to give my brother a call and let him know that I made it. So I'm going to start paddling down here in a second. Really nice sight to see. Clear open water ahead of me. So I made it to the lower part of the Waiach River. I'm going to call it quits from here. You can see the road up behind me. I'm going to call for a ride. Casualties for the day. Oh, Oh my gosh, I am just completely beat up from this. And if you weren't here with the drone, I probably would have had to call search and rescue because I got stuck halfway through and it was like too far to go back, and I didn't know if going forward would be any better or not. I'm not very good at using the paddle board, but I'm definitely getting better. Embarrassingly, I was using my paddle backwards, but I'm gonna fix that today. Look at the shell. The ocean is like 3-4 miles away. I don't know what would explain these shells being here. So what I'm going to be looking for along this bank, somewhere within the next 100 yards, there should be a place where the waterway would have met the river. I'm seeing something really scary here. I'm pretty sure these are giant cat prints. Look at that. Yikes. Thing's probably 70-pound cat out here. Could eat me alive. Historically, this is where the Makah cultural waterway should have met the river. So I don't have the answers for this right now of why the land is so much higher than the water. It's supposed to be a continuous passage. But I put a request into our cultural center to get some historic information on it. But what I do want to do is finish off my journey from Nia Bay to the ocean. So that's what we're going to do right now, is get on my paddleboard and head on out to the ocean. So I think I went up the river too high. This looks like a possible location that the wetlands can meet the river. I am so happy to be back on my paddleboard again, just floating down the river. Kind of brings back memories of when I was growing up. My parents used to read the Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn. Everything was always fine as long as they stayed on the river. But every time they left the river, they got in trouble. Oh, good thing I didn't get in trouble today. So there's a few areas like this where you have to pack a paddleboard around or canoe, but it's not that big of a deal as long as you bring a semi-light one. I know my ancestors would have just packed that stuff out away, but kind of in the name of salmon habitat these days, you want to leave things like that alone. Some elk up ahead. See if I can sneak up on them. These guys are going, what in the hell is that? It's a lot easier for me to paddle like this because I'm so used to being in a canoe all the time. One thing that kind of takes the fun out of this is all the mud everywhere. Look at that, it just on everything. I didn't know this, but the river is really shallow here. You can actually just walk right across it. The rest of the river below the bridge is probably 8 feet, 10 feet. So at this point, yeah, I just have to end up dragging my paddleboard down the river. Only good thing is that we're in sand right now, and I am really happy to be out of the mud. Hi, boys. Hi. Let me see. Your name is Bruno? Like Bruno Mars, huh? So this is definitely not what I expected. It's like I'm gonna drag my paddleboard for the last half mile here. Where this rock sticking out are called the Point of Arches off Shai Shai Beach. We're just approaching Hobuck Beach right now. Just imagining the excitement my ancestors felt when they were leaving the Wyatt village and heading out to the ocean in their canoes. Oh my God. Oh, Jesus Christ. Rock. Oh. I'll bet you that's been there for hundreds of years. Holy crap, I almost bit it. Okay, I'm finally here. I'm officially at the Pacific Ocean. I went through the Makah Cultural Waterway and I made it. And look at this sky. Whoa! I just made the sunset. How's that for timing? I totally did not plan that. So I found out something really cool here is that the reefs here provide a natural breakwater. And my ancestors are able to get out into the ocean past the breakers in their canoes. I wasn't actually planning on coming out in the ocean itself, but there is no way in hell I am dragging a paddleboard down the beach. Holy shit. Wasn't expecting this. Hello. Hey, I'm out in the ocean. I didn't expect to come out here, but I had to go out past the breakers, so. Okay, so I gotta get to the beach here before the breakers get big. Hopefully I can get between a set and I won't get on a big wave. Here we are, I think I'll catch my wave. So, I wasn't actually expecting to go into the Pacific Ocean, but lucky I got in here between a set of waves. So that's it, I officially traveled from Nia Bay to the Pacific Ocean by the Makah Cultural Waterway. And there's my ride. Ooh.